Hi guys, it's about 7:03 East and 6:03 Central on this Saturday, August 11th, 2012. I'm Stephen Boyle. Well, let's take a brief check on the weather going on across the country. And you can see that we do have a few severe weather warnings and advisories going on in portions of southern New England. We'll talk a little bit about that. Also have some red flag warnings going on through portions of the Central Plains and the West. This includes some of the red flag warnings that we have is into portions of Oklahoma. Then we have a red flag warning in through portions of southern Wyoming, central Idaho, and southern Oregon and northern California. Also, we have some pretty interesting excessive heat warnings going on in through portions of Southern California, portions of Arizona, and then central portions of California. Also, some we also have some plenty of flood warnings and advisories in portions of the South. North Carolina has a bit of rain going on, Florida and Texas as well. So taking a check on the radar imagery, you can see that we do have some rain in through portions of North Carolina, some rain down into portions of Florida. We also have some rain going on into portions of the northern plains here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to zoom on in here into New England. That severe thunderstorm warning that originally was in has expired. However, there are some flash flood warnings going on into portions of New York. I believe, hold on, let me take a check on the county name. I want to make sure I get it right here. Columbia County. This is for portions of Columbia County and northern Berkshire County. We have some flash flood warnings going on because of a line of thunderstorms. And then we also have a flood advisory for southern Berkshire County. So make sure you are vigilant if you are into these particular regions. It still says that there's a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of southwest New Hampshire, but that has expired. You just saw that a couple minutes ago. There are some thunderstorms out there, but these are all moving to the north and east. There is this rain down here and also some thunderstorms into portions of New Jersey. This is going to move generally in this direction, and then this batch of rain is moving in this direction. So I would say if you live in through eastern and central Mass, you will be in for some rain. So essentially, areas of rain tonight, areas of scattered rain showers here. There's also this batch of heavy rain down in here. This will be moving along like this. No, not like that. It'll be moving more along like this, and could be hitting eastern Mass and portions of Maine. So get ready for that. Now, let's take a brief check on the models here. Actually, before we do that, we're gonna take a brief look at the tropics here, because I'm not posting a tropical update today because well, there's not much going on. This area out here has a low chance of formation of a tropical system, and Depression number 7 has really gone down the tubes here. Did not become what me nor the National Weather Service was thinking. It just went kaput. So that's what's going on. It's still possible that it could hit into Mexico, given portions of Mexico rain. Yeah, it could strengthen back into a depression, maybe a weak tropical storm, but nothing major going on at this particular point. I will continue to watch this region for possible development, but right now it doesn't look like anything should be happening with that. Okay, so let's take a look at the models here. And here is that rain. There is that rain that's off the coast right now of North Carolina. It's right in here. That should be moving north. It may be giving portions of New England some rain. Also Nova Scotia eventually. And then here's another low pressure system that is starting to develop here. That should be starting to develop. Oh, it looks like probably by the time Monday rolls around, either tomorrow night or early Monday morning, and that should eventually come into New England, bringing us the Northeast, bringing us some rain. Now, if you live in the central portions of the country, particularly the Great Lakes, some rain. Also the south portions of the south, so like Arkansas, northern portions of Mississippi, experiencing some rain there, but warm out west. Generally a trough in the east and a ridge out west will be the overall pattern over the upcoming several days here. Alright, so there's that low pressure system that should be moving out. This area of rain could affect the Cape and the islands and portions of New England, particularly down east Maine. And then also eventually we could be seeing Nova Scotia getting hit by some pretty nice rains. Now, there's that other second area of low pressure that should be forming. This will eventually move into New England, bringing us some more rain. And look at this. Behind it, yet another area of low pressure forming. And that will eventually work its way north and east, as well as a frontal system. So we have a lot of rain in the forecast. Now, if we come down here, I want to show you. Here is what was Ernesto. It could be strengthening into a nice storm, but again, it doesn't look like it's going to be affecting land at this particular time. So nothing really major going on with that. Let's take a check on the GFS model. And here is that rain here for you. There is that second area of low pressure. It should be moving through New England. More rain for us. Also, there's that low and the frontal system that should eventually be affecting us with some, more rain. Once it comes out of New England, it may actually strengthen and give Nova Scotia and down east Maine a heck of a rainstorm. We'll have to watch out for that. We'll have to see how things move along over the period of the next several days. And then a nice high pressure system moves in. Now this is different. This is not going to be bringing in warm moist air from the Gulf of Mexico. This will actually be bringing air down from Canada into our region. So this is not going to be an area of high pressure that brings in warm air. This should be by the time Tuesday rolls around. Yeah, maybe a little warm, but I don't see, 90s or, hundreds around. It doesn't look too bad, but very, very hot in the west. That persistent ridge is really going to continue. And as time moves along, we see this area of high pressure sits here. And really gives us some nice comfortable conditions. We all have some fronts moving along and may give us some rain in the future as well. Overall, over the next 15 days, 25 days, doesn't look too bad out there. We're looking at a general cooling trend here across the east, a very intense warming trend in the west, and it looks like by the end of the month, we may not, in portions of the east, we may not even be getting out of the 60s. It looks like northern New England will be in that region where mid to upper 60s will be the best for highs. Southern New England probably low to mid 70s, and lows into the 40s north, low to mid 50s south. So that's what it's looking like for the end of the month. I'll continue to give you updates here, but it's really looking like our winter trend or our winter pattern is already kicking into gear here, and it should continue right through the rest of the year. So the first half of the year was very dry, very patched, very little precipitation, very warm. But now we're starting to shift into that second half of the year where we're going to sort of see the cooler weather, more wet, and pretty active storm pattern over the course, at least over the course of the next 25 days, if not over the course of the next 6 to 10 months. We'll have to see what happens with that. All right, I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday, and I'll be back tomorrow with another update. Take care, everyone.